Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, and I am back in the markets, home from vacation. It is going into a Thursday. Just want to touch base. We had a good show today. Not much action. I usually take a day to get back used to the markets. I didn't really take any new positions or anything, but I did trade the ES and the MES. I should say the MES. Caught a nice short on that, and I'm actually here after hours right now. It's about 8 o'clock. I am short the markets going into tomorrow morning on the MES contracts. So that's just a position I'm in. And I'm going to just do a little video, kind of catch you up. But if you're seeing this on the outside, remember Day Trading Radio is a member site. We really appreciate our members, and we have many member benefits. So head over to DayTradingRadio.com. Try out the 10-day special trial. It's a free trial, no credit card or anything. You just have to click on the link there and put in your username and password and send it, and we'll send you back the link. And that's simple, and you get 10 days to check out everything we have to offer: the Watchlist, the HPS, the Tradeometer, the Rockbot, and again all the special after-hour shows and content and all the member-only perks. All right, and then hopefully you support the site further on if you continue to enjoy it and profit from it. So that's DayTradingRadio.com. I'm going to get started with the video now. We're going to just start off here, and I'm going to bring this back on here to the members site, because the members are getting this anyway. And welcome back. Again, futures are at the lows right now, as we have Asia open, and I believe there was some something to do with the Asian Open here. We're starting to see the market sell off pretty fast right now. Pretty fast. We're down about 6 1/4. Market was up about a half a point to a quarter point, 3/4 point earlier. Now we're dropping here quite quickly here. Live action, like Turtle Man would say. I need some practice on my cricket call there. Anyway, there we go. Nice little pop, and we have 4 contracts. Sure, I might end up taking this off. I was just telling everyone in the room, I said I want to hold this overnight, maybe waking up to a 30 point down day or something in the futures, starting off pre-market. You never know. But this market probably goes back up by tomorrow morning. I'll be red in it. But it's worth the gamble, I think, tonight. I am usually good at timing these things. So that's one trade here. We're going to go over some of the stocks out we're trading. Currently, after hours right now, the GameStop has sold off on news that Netflix is going to offer streaming gaming. So that's kind of competing with GameStop, and that really hit GameStop. It's got a decent bounce, pretty decent bounce. We came down to about 152, and now we're back up here to 158. Almost close to 160. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning, as after-hour trading has halted for the evening. 8 o'clock for stocks. Futures will continue to trade. So let me see who's in the room tonight. I did say hi to you guys before. Mr. Soul, Vinny. Vinny's in here more than a lot of people. Lamb, big shout out to you guys. Maj. All right, let's go to the. So I just wanted to catch up for tomorrow. I want to have get back in the swing of things. So we're going to discuss a couple stocks, maybe some trades. I do like trading the futures though, because that keeps you kind of very active. We could do multiple trades during the day, but might want to concentrate on some close to in the money expiring calls going into tomorrow. Maybe even the futures, but that's the MES doing the SPY calls. I mean, basically, you're looking for the same move. But more of individual stocks too, if we can find something that moves. So I'm going to take this list out here and just kind of go over some of the ones that are higher up on my list. Started to see relative strength in the FISV. It's been hanging up here. We had a nice gap, well, kind of not even a gap, but nice pop a couple days ago. Popped a higher pre-market, then settled down, It's over the 20. Like to see this thing continue to move back up. The it's heading in the right directions, but it's heading there slow, so we're not really gaining much on the option yet. We are in positive territory, but it is taking us. I would love it to be up against the 200 period moving average in the next couple days. That's what I want. A newer position is the Corning, and Corning's been acting pretty good. I mean, we're through that trend line. It's been chopping around, and again, another situation. You could be looking back at the stock and think it's the most boring stock here. It's been trading between 42 and 40 over the last maybe 20 days. I mean, it's getting a little bit more volatile here. It's holding a lower trend line, but it could go any way, and it could continue to chop. So those option plays are a little bit more difficult. I would recommend probably shares on a stock like this right now, because it's a good company. You're not gonna see this pull back too much. A lot of questions about NET. And I said this today, rising tide lifts a lot of ships. Well, a sinking tide is going to sink a lot of ships. The market starts to pull back. There's definitely probably going to be a little weakness in here, but I would say this is a buy if it gets down to that 50 period moving average. Absolutely, that would be a very big buy for me. 50 period moving average. It might even hold here. It might hold here. If the market holds and continues to move higher, well, why not this? This one probably is going to go higher too. Again, looking for an opportunity. Definitely would say if you find yourself down here at one point, compared to what the market's looking like and the overall sentiment, I would jump all over the 50 on this. See here, we kind of broke down to the 50 and then we came back up and we tested. It would be the situation here. Back above it. It would be the first test to that. I think we would hold that and bounce off that first test. It's a nice move down. So we're keeping an eye on that, getting ready, but not ready yet. Well, these are post-market stocks here. I'm going to bring up my all right, personal list here. We're going to go to this watch list, my after Thanksgiving watch list. I have some newer stocks on here that I've been following. I throw a lot of things in here, so that's an interesting one down to the 200s. Bounced nice, no interest. A lot of these I put on here because I thought the prices and the charts looked really good, and for a $5 stock, this looks really, really good. Remember, we charted this out back here when it had a nice channel breakout, and now it's actually pulled back to the 20. It continues to hold at 20, continues to look really good. OPHC, CVS, I'm always watching it, no position. ART, again, always watching this. Been traded in and out of it over time, no position now. Costco, nothing but watching it and keeping these things on the list. Corning, yes, position, we talked about that earlier. Merck, this is an interesting one too. Merck is kind of a boring stock. I don't know, I like the breakout of the channel, so I ended up getting, I think I got one call on this. The platform's down now. I have a call on this. And it's right where we want it, but we want to see it move off of this level. Technically speaking, if it's we could see this is really a retracement. It's not the first rotation back, really, and it's not really a really strong breakout. I mean, we did spike above it. We could actually almost go to that point right there and cheat a bit and see that this trend line is kind of holding us back. So this, I would say, really a much better buy trigger above 78.80 on this. 78.80 on that. Merck. Let's continue down the line here. Look at this one, super strong. That's a nice pattern right there. AOS. I guess I have to write that one down too because I like it. AOS. Edward Life Sciences. There's that kind of a large ascending triangle finally breaking out. No position. Most of these I don't have a position in, but I am following just because This is another one. It's an HPS. Cureleaf. We had Rob speaking about Cureleaf, how he doesn't like the company now. A lot of disgruntled employees, possible mold in their product, allegedly moldy products. Zen's oversold. It's not a bad spot here in Zen. Little pullback, getting oversold. This was one of the great shorts, right? That was it. PRAA. It started showing some strength earlier today. It kind of rolled over. You can see it was up here. It just started to take off and then boom, got hit. Now it's just chopping around. We get back over this 38.50. We're going to go again. It's a nice little flag. It's where you want to be if you're looking at a pullback. If you really trust the stock, this is where you want to see that bounce. I think it's a pretty decent area here. Chart of communication. All right, let's get this one. That's a crap SPAC. Now here's an interest. I still have a position in this. And again, watching this, I have a feeling this will go one day. And when it goes, it's probably going to shoot quickly to that 780 and then maybe the next couple days, because it continues to get up there, pull back, get up there, pull back, get up there, pull back, pull back. Once it breaks through, it's going to go all the way back here to this time frame. You get through that next level, which is 813. Oh, this thing probably could really go. I mean, maybe it's a $30 stock. Who knows? These are the type of stocks that, and they do traffic cameras and monitoring, all kinds of stuff on this. I want to look at it one more time, just with you while I'm here with you right now. ITI. I don't know. Where's the sometimes I have the website here. There we go. So look at this. Iteris, connected and automated vehicle safety solutions. Learn how. And again, I didn't get back. I didn't go into this too deep. I like the patterns. I like the float on this. I like the website, which is a big. I like that they're in business, and they got some upcoming events. Annual meeting in August. All right. So everything the company seems to be put together well. It's not one of these bogus, websites. Products. So you can see the products on here: detection centers, pedestrian, the cyclist, travel time. I mean, this stock might be just poised to go if it just had some kind of good news. Really. Traffic intelligence, monitoring traffic. I mean, this is more I look at this, the more I like it. Maybe we should call this guy up. Talk to us. First name. That's your details. Back to you shortly. Blue Toad support. All right, I wanted to keep this in mind. Remind me tomorrow if you want to. I wouldn't mind calling that company up to find out a little bit more of what they have coming down the pipeline. What kind of counts. Look at the financial report here. That's not bad. Let's take a look at the history. June 2020. Apparently, they had some money. Let's go out here. The annual. Slowly growing. I don't know. Something about this I like. Something about this I like. 114 million with fiscal year 2020. Cash on hand. Oh, well, this is under the radar. Definitely under the radar. Liking it. I think it could go. It's not ready. I mean, it's going to happen one day, but you have to be ready for it. At least be in it. Is that day coming up here soon? Come on. I think if I got back up close to that 750 area, I would probably add to this. If I started seeing it go again, I would probably add to this. If I saw the volume, I just would probably add to this. All right. Let's see what else we have. We continue on. What happened to my thing here? Oh, there it is. ITI. I was wondering what happened to it. I'd even be careful if we did flush down to that lower trend line. This would be another place I would take a shot on it. The lower trend line, which brings us down to about 580. What is that? 580 something? Maybe even 550 area. I mean, it's a nice area back here. It hit. Let me put I don't know if I could set. No, I can't. I think that is my going to be the one. Another great setup there. I need to talk to Deep Throat about that one tomorrow. Intercept. I'm just following this one. I can't believe it. I remember seeing this stock here, but it was hundreds of dollars, and now it's $17. I'm just watching it. Same thing. Here's a real strong stock. I mean, it's continued to push at the highs. Yeah, it's overdue. I don't know. Here we talked about net earlier. Cut. That's another one. Pubmatic, PUBM. Well, nothing there. Nothing really catching my eye on these. So we talked about the great short in here that should have been taken back here on this last bit of news this day that had a little volume spike. It kind of didn't really get too far, and that was the end of it. This one's probably, I mean, the short is done on this. Probably goes lower, but it's not going to mess with that. And that's it. That's my after that. Now I'm going to just take one more look. I think the trade's going to be mostly futures tomorrow, unless we see something showing some really good, kind of relative strength or weakness. Market here pushing back down to the lows. We're down 575. Those are just underneath us. I'm up $106 on this trade, on our MES trade. $106 on the 4 MES contracts. And that's not a lot of risk. That's not putting a lot of money in there. Discount brokers, you get that, possibly you get those contracts $50 a contract. IB kind of screws you around and makes you pay a couple $1,000 a contract. But some place like Ninja Trader, those contracts I believe are $50. move this back down here. I think I'm going to just do one more little scan here and just kind of go over a couple things. What I'd like to do is for those future traders, let's take a look at how that market reacted. I'm going to start to do this. I'll start it off tomorrow. It's called just a roadmap of the markets. And at one point, maybe it'll be at say at 2 o'clock every day. 2 o'clock, we go back and we just kind of go through the market. We zoom in on, we could even start at the pre-market session maybe around 6 o'clock. And we know, looking back, I could place any situation into an HPS setup if it fits the criteria. Meaning, is it a, stochastic, triple stochastic bounce area? Is it a bear bull flag where the stochastics stay embedded? And you have a rotation on the faster stochastic, so you could, all these give us a signal. And if we could see that signal on the stochastics, I will point those out and we'll see what the market has done from that level. I'm kind of just reading the roadmap. So we'll start off here. This is had some at 8:30. I believe there was some news coming out, and the market kind of popped. And again, that's nothing we could prepare ourselves. I mean, if you want to gamble on that, market here has put in some kind of channel here, and this is things I start to identify. This is our trade that we took today, the short right here, up against this trend line. Is because of the rotation here. We had this nice rotation pushing up here towards 80 quickly, and this was really staying in that 16 area. It was 14, 15, 16. Then it kind of topped out right at 20, but that was good enough for me. I could see the embedded flat line of that stochastic. So when we have that and this rotation, and coming from a move down, and it bounces back to the 20-period moving average, and holds under the 20, that's usually a short. So right at this point, we're getting through it for a second. The next candle comes back down. That kind of confirms that maybe we're going to hold underneath it. At one point, you got to take what you know. And so we took that short. After covering it, kind of looked for that bounce. We actually had the previous low come into effect here. Let's see here. And then we got that little bounce. And I thought about chasing this. I almost had the trade on my button. I saw that one candle hit, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give that anything back on that trade. So I didn't take this, just popped. There was no real HPS setup there, but it was a decent pop, and we had some support lines. Anyway, what happened here is we actually break out of the channel, downward channel. We're back into the channel, break out of the channel, and this is kind of our first rotation back. Whenever we look at that rotation play, I'd love to see that 5-minute rotate back. So that 5-minute getting back down to that underneath that 20 level represents a 5-minute rotation. So right around 115, 120 to 130, you have a slight divergence here. But I bet if we look at the SPY at 130, we have an oversold level. So we'll use the SPY because we're just going to use the SPY. We'll use SPX. And then I'm going to look at the 5-minute chart. And what time do we look at? Let's see here. Yeah, 1:30. And I believe this is 1:30 right here. So this qualifies on a 5-minute rotation. So we had a channel breakout, the channel downlight channel, trend breakout is even better in this case. Usually this is a capitulation move. I don't know what caused the move. It might have been some kind of channel, but this was a pretty decent channel. When you capitulate out of that channel, typically you come back into the channel. All trend lines continue to hold the integrity. I would then watch for that same thing. Just what's another playbook play? The playbook is trend line down, breakout, wait for the first rotation back. That could happen on the daily chart. It could happen on the 5-minute chart, like it did right here. So a 5-minute rotation follows the same criteria. From that point on, it was a nice push up here. Identified a short here right at the end of the day. It was a beautiful divergence, and from that point on, it kind of drifted lower, and it was a nice move. It was a nice short. So that's what we're trying to identify. Here it is here, and then the market continues to go on. This was that 5-minute short, but this was on the 1-minute time frame. But you can see here, this is the 5 minute, represents the 5 minute time frame because it's spread out over time, 5 minutes. Then we had this kind of a channel, and I think the market was closed at this point, so we're not really paying attention to too much until the market opens up here at 6 o'clock. And when I take my trade, took my trade about here. What was it? Short. I was looking at that VWAP. What was it back here? Oh, it was over here, I think. Wherever it was. We're in, and we're holding that short. Our entry is 43.67. 43.67. So whatever that is. Anyway, I'm going to continue to hold that. So we brought down, now we're at 43.62. So we have about 5 points on that. But there's a little activity here too. It's actually giving us kind of some pivot areas. Pivots are where the stock trades from one direction to another direction. But overnight's a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more different too, other than the daily, the regular action during the live markets. It's much easier to identify these. These could be shaky, but like I said, we could open up down 30 tomorrow. I'll be kind of hedged out a little, and I'm willing to take that risk tonight. Right now, we're up $108. All right. And I think that's it. I want to get this video out. We're going to throw on some fun stuff right now. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. This is DayTraderRockStar. Don't forget, tune in each and every day. Every day. I get in here probably around 7:30 the latest, and we're trading the pre-market, trading stocks, options, and futures. I like trading the MES. And we do a lot of stock education, as you can see from this video. This is a basic example of what I do each day, but every minute of the day as we track and trade the market. So hope you enjoyed that information. If you did, stop by and like the video. Oh, don't forget to like the video. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment below, and I will talk to you guys in the market.